Hello, hello, hello everyone! How are y'all doing today? How's everyone doing? Hi! Hi, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you all again today. Guess what? Guess what I got? Guess what I got? Can you guess? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I bet you can't tell. Can you tell? What did I get? I got a humidifier. I got a humidifier. And I bought throat spray. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I don't sound like I smoked a whole 10 packs of cigarettes anymore. Yay! I finally don't sound like an ashtray is lodged into my throat. I'm finally back to my old voice, the way I should sound. Thank you all so much for being patient with me. It's very dry here, especially in the winter time, so, I have to kind of force myself to talk. And yeah, it really makes my throat so dry. So yeah. Doesn't it sound more clear? All I did was turn on a humidifier an hour before stream and then use some throat spray. No, I'm just kidding. I used a voice changer, obviously, I clearly, have all this technology and set up. Actually, I really am just, I'm actually not even real. I just use voice changers to just sound a certain way all the time. I just do all these different things so to confuse you, to hide my actual identity so that way you don't realize that I'm really just, an AI. I'm just kidding. No, the throat spray really helps a lot. It also helps with irritation, so I guess... Oh, I'm getting too big. It also helps with irritation because I guess my throat was really inflamed. Let's see, it's a biotin dry mouth moisturizing spray. Smooth moisturization, immediate symptom relief that lasts up to 4 hours. Helps keep mouth fresh, gentle mint. No, I don't have bad breath, by the way, and it tastes really good. This is not sponsored, by the way. It's just, this is what I use, and dentist recommended. I have very bad dry mouth all the time. I should just beat up the pain. Screw the pain! How dare they? How dare they make me sound weird and all stuffy and blah blah blah. I do use throat coat tea. I drink that while I'm on stream. I drink 2 or 3 cups of it. But the problem is that, So, I take medication that makes my mouth, consistently dry no matter what I do. And the only thing that I can really do to help that is with a humidifier and then the throat spray, as well as the throat coat tea and then just drinking a lot of water. I do so much. So much. To, get rid of the dryness. It's hard. It's not easy. Momo! My dog's name is Momo. Momo, say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Momo. Say hi, Momo. She doesn't want to talk to you right now, I'm sorry. She said you kind of smell like a baka. Yeah, I love throat coat. And you know why I like throat coat too? Also because they give you these little, Nandake. They give you these little quotes every time you stew a bag. And this one, the quote of the day is, "The plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision." And this is by Rosemary Gladster. I don't know what that means, but inspirational. It really does help a lot with my throat, so yeah. I feel a lot better by doing that now. No, Momo's not a boy. Momo is not a boy. Momo is a girl, not a boy. Don't tell her that. She might bite. She goes for the ankles. She learned from the best, actually. I taught her that. I taught her to go for the ankles. Athena, get out of my room. Get out. This is my boba shop. Go away. There's this cat named Athena. And she likes to come in here in the boba shop and bother me. And you know what makes me so annoyed about it too? She comes into my boba shop, and then she lays over here, and then if I go near her, she hisses and swipes at me like, you come into my place and you think you can own it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is Momo a good girl? Look, Look, you didn't hear this from me, but, sometimes Momo is not a good girl. Sometimes you just... You didn't hear that from me, okay? You didn't hear that from me. Hopper is somewhere. It's Hopper's girlfriend. They play together sometimes. And yeah, sometimes she just likes to come in here and bother me and lay on my bed. Oh my gosh! Robbie! Thank you so much for sponsoring and joining the Boba Club. Welcome, welcome! Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Momo is bread. Momo's just a straight up loaf. She is a big ol' little loaf. Big ol' little loaf. Oi, oi, oi. You know, I'm never really that good with my starting soon introductions. I feel like a lot of VTubers have like these whole extravagant, you know, I'm gonna like surprise you all with like some interesting thing, and then I'm just like, I'm like, is my microphone on? I'm not really that good at introductions, so that's why I'm always so awkward when I first start streaming. But as time goes on, we get a little bit better every single time. Momo's doing okay. She's doing good. She's doing good. She's taking a little nappy. That's why I'm being bothered by Athena right now. Just do your thing. I appreciate that. The pancake emote is my favorite. I love pancake. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I like streaming earlier. Normally I would be streaming 2 hours earlier, but I had to go buy some stuff for the shop, so I had to delay the stream a little bit. Plus I also didn't get to finish preparing for today's stream, but it's okay. I'm prepared now. Because oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Okay, you ready? Boys, today we are going to talk about VTuber debuts. I hate everything. I hate you all. I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you. I hate you so much. Bobas. Today we are going to be talking about VTuber debuts, though. That is really happening. You don't rig Vroid models. You just create them in Vroid Studio, and then it's already rigged. You just pop it into a VTubing capture software. That's all. Dress. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had to buy a dress today. And I had to pick a color that I don't normally wear either. Do you know what the color burgundy is? Yeah, I had to buy like a burgundy dress today, so that's why I had to delay the stream. So, yeah. Oh, they're supposed to show up? It could have to do with my Streamlabs, to be honest. Sometimes Streamlabs is just weird, I guess. I don't know. It does weird things. Let me check the dashboard and see if I enabled it. I don't want to do the charity tab. I clicked the wrong thing. Widgets. Checks. It says it's supposed to show enable BTTV. Oh, maybe it's my OBS. I don't know. It's supposed to... I'll worry about it another time. I'm lazy. But at least it shows up in like the actual chat, so that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. Yes, Ezra, you did miss stuff. You missed my amazing existence, but it's okay because you're here now, so you get to live my current existence now. So it's okay. It's okay. What do you mean by you thought about using Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to increase the range? Like for streaming or just like your VTuber stuff in general? It's okay if you're a little bit late. I haven't been streaming that long. It's only been like 15 minutes. It's okay. I'm just giving a little bit of time before we start the PowerPoint to kind of chat and to give people some time to come in. So, 大丈夫ですよ。心配してない. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, Mari. I also said I'll doodle it. Everything can be done another day. Yeah, everything can be done. Yeah, I did the rigging for my model. Which, by the way, I am taking commissions for Live2D Art and rigging. So yes, after the PowerPoint today, the little presentation that we're doing, I might do a little bit more drawing on my commission. Depends on how long I take with the PowerPoint. Sometimes I kind of get off on a tangent, so we'll see how long that goes. If I have any time, I'll draw some more, but if you're interested in that, you can check out my coffee on the pinned little comment on top of the chat. What? What do you want? Don't sniff my... Don't sniff that! No! Go away! I left the door open for you! You wanna leave, just leave! This cat, I swear, this cat, Athena... Oh my gosh, do you hear her? Do you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear this cat? Do you see what I have to go through on a day-to-day basis every time I'm trying to stream? Alright? Add a delay to the audio? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about when I turn my face? That might have to just do with the tracking. Yeah, I do answer. Yeah, I try to answer every day, whenever I can, because yeah, I need to make sure I can have proper communication with everyone. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. We cats really like our attention, and when we want it now. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let me let her out though. Just, you know, one moment. ちょっとでminute. Woo. She's gone. Okay. Alright, I'm closer now. Okay. Okay. Alright, I want to be really close to the screen. Cats be doing some really weird things, you know? I use vTube Studio, and I just did a really good job rigging, I guess. So that way I move a lot. I can also do this too, like this. We'll go what else I can do. Oop. I can move my legs, and I can also do this. So yeah, I can move a lot. You have two little gremlin children, so you understand the pain. No. What are we doing today? I'm sure you probably have all read my streaming title, right? Today is a learning day. We are doing VTuber Debut 101. And you have all just signed up for class. I hope you're ready to learn. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn? I know a lot of you probably are in either pre-debut or you're thinking of debuting and you're not really sure on what to do for a debut or how to properly debut or like what a debut even is. Wait, you do know what a debut is, right? Okay, I want to make sure you know what a debut is. I just want to make sure. Here, you know what? Let me Google that for you if you don't know. What is a VTuber debut? Okay. Okay. A debut is a wow, these are some really interesting answers. I was hoping it would just give me something really stupid, but instead it like it gives me so many interesting results. I was hoping to like do something funny, but no. They just think that's so interesting. A debut is kind of like the official release, like a celebration of your actual status as a whatever it is that you're debuting as. Like, you know, a lot of idols, like their debut could be their official song cover that they get to release, showing that they are officially, I don't want to say business, but they're officially them. So for a VTuber debut, it is your official declaration of becoming a VTuber and being a VTuber. So yeah. Oh, I'm not sure why there's a bit of a delay. That's so weird because it doesn't look like a delay on my end at all. Oh, so that's very interesting. I didn't realize there were different pronunciations for it. Sorry, I might cough a lot because I got a little bit of a cold. Which is why I have the humidifier in the tea. So, now that you know what a debut is, why don't we talk about, you know, the how-to? Which, don't worry, I actually came up with something prepared for this. Bum-ba-da-dum. Let me show you. Ta-da! I came up with a little PowerPoint presentation. Yes. So, how to debut as a VTuber. The not-so-definitive guide to becoming a successful VTuber. It's PowerPoint time. Would you say that being a PNG tuber is like pre-debut? I would classify it as a pre-debut, to be honest, because I feel like when you're debuting, you are kind of publishing the official merchandise that's being displayed around everyone. So the actual model, regardless if it's 2D or 3D, is the official polished and published product that you're going to be using to be making content. I feel like when you're doing PNG tubing, you're still in like the pre-debut phase, at least unofficially. That's how I would kind of classify it as, because I've never seen someone debut as a PNG tuber. They usually just PNG tube to get an idea of it, which I'll cover more about that later in the presentation. kind of like a prototype. I'd classify PNG as like a prototype of what your model's gonna end up being. Okay. What is a successful debut? I always find this question very, very interesting on how people define success. There are a lot of categories that people would classify as like a successful debut. You know, like when I had... I was watching one of my siblings debut the other day. And I would classify that her debut was really successful. She had like a whole amount of like content prepared. Like she had a story time, she had her introduction, she then did like a whole DJ concert. It was really cool. So my sibling is Shimo Hisai, which I don't know if she's gonna post her debut on YouTube, but it is, I think the VOD's still on Twitch or something, but yeah, I consider hers was pretty successful. But, you know, that's like, you know, how I feel. Some people might debut and they think that they didn't do a good job. Like, a successful debut is such a lucrative term. Like, I don't know. Success is so vague. So that's why I put this quote here. Redefine success in small, easy, and maintainable goals that are achievable in your current situation. So yeah, I think that, you know, in order to have a successful debut, to me, a successful debut is actually doing the debut. I think that if you go live and you debut your model, there you go. That is already successful. You actually hit that go live button and you debuted yourself as a VTuber. So to me, that is a very small and easy and maintainable goal, because all you have to do is start streaming or making videos or doing song covers, whatever kind of content you want to start making. The moment you post that content, you have done a successful debut. So yeah. There we go. Debut 101, stop being lazy and are scared. You're curious about milestones or lines to cross? Oh yeah, we can get a little bit before. We'll get into that in like a little bit in the PowerPoint. How did I start VTubing? I went live. I literally hit the live button and I started streaming with my model. Does that answer your question? That's how I started VTubing. I just did it. Alright, moving on. Let's play a little game. Yes, I want to play a game with you. Baka. There are 2 truths and 1 lie. Can you guess which one is the lie? A. There is no single path to success. B. You can debut and re-debut as many times as you want. Or C. You need to have a good-looking model to be successful. Let's run a little poll. Select the answer. A, B, C. Which one is the lie? Answer on the poll. I'm curious. I'm very curious. I wish I knew how to like show what the poll is. I'll just take a screenshot of it later to like post, because I'm gonna make a video out of this. So don't worry if you haven't, if like you're missing some of this, if you're just joining in now. Like I'm actually gonna upload this as a video itself, with some editing. So yeah, you know, I'll just take like a little screenshot of it and see. Let's see. Wow, looks like the majority of you have voted. Okay, all right. Alright, so a lot of you are saying it is C. Alright, let me take a screenshot of this. So I can save it for later. Alright. Oh wow, one is a lie. I'm dumb and thought it was the... Oh my gosh, no! There's 2 truths and 1 lie. So, it looks like the majority of you voted for C. And that is correct. Yes. The first one is, I think pretty obvious because there really is no secret Krabby Patty formula on how to be successful in pretty much anything that you want to do in life. Like, there's no one shoe fits all. No matter what school, you know, back in like high school or middle school, what they try to beat into your brains, there is no singular path to becoming successful. There are so many different ways you can become successful. Okay, so now, B. You can debut and re-debut as many times as you want. Some people actually believe this is false and that once you debut, that is it. You can't ever re-debut because if you do, you're just some kind of like clout chaser or you're just, I guess, a wannabe poser that's trying to hop on trends or something. People want to say that all the time, but that's not true at all. That's not true at all. In fact, listen here, in fact, you can debut and re-debut as much as you want. There's literally no limit to this. No matter what other people tell you, there is no limit to how much you can debut and re-debut. In fact, it's a really good idea to debut every single time you have some kind of major change to your model, whether it's in the design or a transition from one medium to another, such as if you go from a live 2D model to a 3D model, if you get like a whole new outfit change, if you do something very similar to what happened here in the boba shop, change forms, so to say, then you should debut it every single time. So don't listen to what other people tell you when they're like, oh, you're just being a clout chaser, or when they make fun of you on Twitter being like, aha, all the people who are constantly like re-debuting or debuting. Success is objective. You set your success and don't let others define what your success is. Okay. Now, the last one, C. You need to have a good-looking model to be successful. And that is just simply not true at all. That is not true, despite what people have literally argued with me on Twitter about. And I kid you not, people have argued with me about this. They're like, you're only saying that now, Mari, because you have a really pretty model. And I'm just like, are you new to my channel? Hi, are you new to my channel? Do you not know who I am? I am Mari the Rock Yume, okay? And I have many different forms. In fact, I didn't even have this hair color when I first started. In fact, my old form was not nearly as pretty as my new form. And that's not an opinion, that's a fact. Oh god, this is the part where everyone's gonna argue with me how much they love pink-haired Mari, and then they're gonna do the hashtag save pink Mari. I don't know. She was blonde Yume with the bat. Oh my gosh! You're such a true fan. You're such a true fan. You remember blonde. You remember the blonde Yume. You remember the blonde Yume. Calorie-chan, you remember her. You remember Calorie-chan. Wow, that is true dedication right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. my gosh. That is a hashtag on Twitter. If you ever want to draw fan art of pink-haired Mari, please use the hashtag #SavePinkMari. Please do that. I would love that. I would love that. I want that to be a thing. Well, before Calorie-chan, there was also V-word Mari. That's true. I started with my very first model. My very first model when I started VTubing was a blue-haired model with these little overall suspender type dress, and I made her in Vroid Studio in like 10 minutes. That is the very first model. I originally had blue hair. Yes, that is canon. I originally had blue hair. I just don't have any video footage of it. The only thing I have is this one random clip off of Twitch. Oh, that's okay. If you're just tuning in now, don't worry. I'm gonna publish this as a video, so don't worry if you're just tuning in now. There is a lot of inspiration from my original form that did inspire my current form. That is true. That is very true. Okay. So, you don't need to have a good-looking model to be successful. Now, I'm not saying that my other models were ugly. They weren't. They're all very pretty, but obviously, I'm very happy with the aesthetic and the quality of my current model, which is why I think it's a lot better. But I really don't like it when people say you have to have a good-looking model, because that is such an insult to the artist. You're literally insulting the artist's work by saying it's not good-looking. And that's really not cash money of you. That's so mean. So stop saying that. Pro tip, don't argue with people on Twitter. It's literally trying to it's like talking to a brick wall. You're not going to get anywhere with it. So if anyone is going to try to tell you that you need to have a good-looking model to be successful, just block them and move on, because they're clearly an idiot. So don't listen to them. If you want to know what all of my different model forms look like, I suggest you join the Discord and I will post them in my lore tab. I will post all of my different forms that I've had in my lore tab, so you will see the entire transition. There's a lot of models I have used. That's probably why a lot of you are confused on when I started VTubing, because I have so many different forms. Look, this is not my fault, okay? I'm the personification of dreams. I change forms based off of how society wants to see me in their subconscious mind. So if I change forms, it's because that's how you want to perceive me as, okay? And no, I'm not like Catherine from the game Catherine, although I kind of am like Catherine in some way, but that's not confirmed, and I'm not going to like confirm or deny that. So anyways, moving on. Whew. Let me take a sip of my drink before I go to the next slide. Hydration 101. It's very important to hydrate yourself. Of course. Alright, moving forward. I will answer other VTubing questions that are not related to what the presentation is about after I'm done with the presentation. So hold those questions until after, when I do a little Q&A, okay? Hold those questions till after, because I want to focus on the debut stuff first. Now, here are the 3 golden rules of the debut. 1. Create your content. Decide on your workflow, discover your uniqueness, find your limitations, and create what you want to do instead of what you think will make you popular. 2. Forget everything you think you know about what it means to be a VTuber. And 3. There are no rules on how to debut. Now, what do I mean by all of that? What do I mean by all of that? Why don't we talk about the first rule so far? Number 1. I know that was a lot, but think about it. When you're getting ready to debut and officially start, being a VTuber, you need to start creating content right away. Like, even if you don't have a 2D or 3D model, you need to start making content now. Even if you're PNG or gift tubing, this is where those two come into play. It doesn't matter if you don't have a beautiful, flowing, moving model. It doesn't matter. You can start PNG tubing or gift tubing, whichever you prefer. Just start making content. You don't need to wait for your model to be ready and debuted to make content. So if you can draw, if you can make art, if you're good at graphic design, if you're good at video editing, then start creating. Make some clip compilations. Draw some fan art. Maybe make some, like little overlays or panels. Start preparing and start posting, start uploading. Because once you start making content, that's how you're going to decide on what your workflow is. How much work do you want to put into this debut? How much work do you want to put into content creation? To discover your uniqueness, you need to think about, okay, well, I can draw. So what kind of art do I want to start posting? What is so unique about my style? Say that you want to make voiceovers, maybe you sing. What kind of song, what kind of cover can you do that will make you stand out, that will really showcase your voice, your vocal cords? You have to discover what it is about you that makes you unique and then start making content that complements that. And of course, as you're getting into the workflow and making content, you're going to discover your limitation. Well, what I mean by that is, when you're PNG or gift tubing, or if you're a Live2D, if you're a 3D, whatever it is that you choose, you're going to have limitations no matter what category that you want to do, as well as just the content in general. Like for me, for example, my biggest limitation is executive dysfunction. That is something that has to relate to my disability. I have ADHD and I have executive dysfunction. There are days where I can't do a lot. No matter how hard I try, my body and my brain just like, no, I don't wanna work. No. And then I'm like, please, I just wanna like do something today. Nope. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch anime. Okay, we'll watch anime. What anime? No, I don't even wanna watch anime anymore. Come on, brain. Why do you gotta be like that to me right now? Well, why don't we go make some food? Okay, what do you want to eat? No, we're not eating anymore. I don't want to decide. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. So yes, that is one of my limitations. I have many others that are not so personal. For example, I'm not good at singing. I can't do song covers besides, my parody songs. And even then, I still am not good at singing, but I do them anyways because they're funny. But what makes me unique is that they are funny and that I'm really good at doing skits. I'm good at playing a character and having my own story revolved around that character. I'm good at that. So I want to showcase that, and you see that on my YouTube channel with the other videos I've been uploading that are not just VTuber tutorials. And that all ties into my last point, which is to create what you want to do instead of what you think will make you popular. If I wanted to create stuff that I thought would make me popular, do you really think I would be teaching all of you this right now? Hell no. Hell no, I'd be doing other stuff that I know is popular. I'm not gonna get into what they are, but if you do enough research, you can easily find that stuff online. Like, there's tons of stuff I could have done, but I don't want to do that. I want to do things that I'm proud of, that make me motivated. I don't want to make content that makes me feel pressured and anxious. I don't want to feel anxiety going live and streaming to all of you. I don't want to feel anxiety or feeling like I'm not good enough and that I have to make content that people just expect me to make. If people are going to expect a certain amount of content from me, I want it to be content that I genuinely want to do. Because there's an audience for everything. Literally, there is an audience for everything. I'll take a sip of my tea. What you might not find funny might be hilarious to somebody else. You don't know that. Humor is subjective. Entertainment is subjective. So, yes, maybe you think that... So yes, maybe you're like me and you find League of Legends and watching League of Legends or playing League of Legends is absolutely boring. And yet, it's one of like the most biggest and highly competitive esport in the entire world? Just because I don't find it entertaining doesn't mean that other people won't find it entertaining. So, yeah. Hey, oh, here we go. Here comes the League stands. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, you should probably know anatomy. Yeah, it helps. You don't have to be great at it. But yeah, like I said, we'll get into the Q&A section once I'm done with the PowerPoint. We still got many more to go over. Let me see here. I'm just making sure I didn't forget anything. So I'm just thinking. I write down little notes to make sure I'm saying all my points and I'm not missing stuff. Let me check. Let's look at the next slide, and maybe that might will help me remember if there's something else I want to talk about when it comes to this. But I think I've said everything I wanted to say. So, if there are no rules to debut, and there is like no definitive secret formula on how to debut, then how the heck do you debut? Well, you can really debut in any way that you want. So instead of me telling you like what the structure or the rules are, I'm just gonna give you some tips on things that I have learned over the year of being a VTuber and things that I have observed from other people's debuts. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips instead of 3 rules. You don't have to follow each of the points that I'm gonna bring up, but kind of keep it in the back of your head when you are preparing your debut, because you can learn a lot just from observing. And I'll get more into that in a second. So, my first tip is to start. Remember how I said to start making content? Well, okay. How are you going to create content if you're not signed up for any social media platform? So the first thing you should do is to create accounts on different types of social media platforms. Now, you don't have to sign up for every single social media platform, but you know, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Gomenne. Aru Azumaya-chan. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. We're a little bit ways in, but don't worry. I'm gonna upload this as a edited video, so that way when my stream gets unlisted, I'll post it as like a video on its own, because that will go a lot better for my channel rather than like keeping it in the stream. So don't worry. So pick a couple of social media websites that you want to actually start creating content on, and then start making that content. Which goes into my next point. Determine what kind of brand and value people can expect from you. So, okay, for me, for example, I am on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, I am on Instagram, but I don't ever post on there. I have my own subreddit, I have a Discord, and then I have a Twitch. And I have a TikTok. Because those are all the platforms that I want to make content on. I really don't use Instagram, to be honest. I mostly just use Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch and TikTok. I would like to use Reddit more though, but I don't want to spread myself too thin. In terms of brand and value, what people can expect from me, well, I don't know. What can you expect from me? You never know what's gonna happen when you come to my channel. Space Beak Krulian, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, I knew. Okay. I do make tutorials. That is very true. Thank you for all these tutorials, streams, and videos. It has helped me so much. That is very true. I do make a lot of tutorial content, and that is because I didn't have a mentor when I first started VTubing. Like, for example, I had no idea how important it is to have a username on all of your platforms, even if you don't use them, just to claim that username. Like, for example, Yume was taken on Twitter, and it is a suspended account. I don't own that. I don't claim that. That's why I'm Mari vTuber on Twitter. So, I didn't know about how important that stuff was. And I got really sick and tired of not having a guide on how to VTube, so I thought, why don't I make guides? One, so I can remember to look back at my old videos, to remember how to do certain things because I forget, but also there are other people who always ask me questions about it, and instead of me just typing out a whole long novel on VTubing, I just make videos on it. And when it comes to value, I bring value in education and I want to say motivation, not inspiration. I don't think I inspire people. I think I motivate people. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I motivate people to want to VTube, not really inspire. And I do know I educate. I wish I could entertain. I'm working on that. I'm working on being more entertaining. I want people to expect entertainment from me. That would be really cool, but it's hard to hit the four holy gods of category and content creation. And now, lastly, select your date that you want to debut. Okay? I have literally seen VTubers on Twitter with their name being like, oh, debut ? Like they don't select a date and it's been like a whole year. And that's not me throwing shade at them. But the reason why you should select a date that you want to debut is because that is giving yourself that, Aerith, what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility. Oh my gosh, someone help me. Words are hard. English is hard. What's the word? It's giving you... accountability! Thank you! Yes, yes. By selecting a date that you want to debut, you're holding yourself accountable to actually debut on time and debut by that date. And it's okay if you end up pushing back the timeline or the deadline of when you want to debut. But as long as you actually set a date in place, you will be much more likely to actually debut instead of just canceling on yourself and giving up. Does that make sense, everyone? I just want to make sure like what I'm saying is making sense. Don't worry, we'll have a Q&A after this and you can ask me questions on everything that we've talked about that you don't quite understand or like other VTubing related questions. Okay, moving on. So, let's say that you've made all of your social media profile accounts. Let's say, you know, you're making content and you selected a date on when you want to debut. Now, how do you market the debuts? How do you like let people know in the void of social media? The gigantic ocean of social media. How do you get a bunch of fishies to come see your show? Like how do you reel people in? You have to market yourself. And there are a lot of different things that you can do with marketing. I'm not going to get too in depth about marketing in this video. But if you would like me to make a whole other video just on marketing for content creation, especially for VTubers, then let me know in the comments down below. And I'll consider making a video on that. Did you like my my video plugin right there? Let me look at my notes real quick. Okay. Done. Dun, dun, dun. My page is crashing. Okay. I'm just making sure I said everything. Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna okay. Okay. Sorry, again, I have notes on things I need to make sure I tell you and I don't forget because I have ADHD brain, so I don't want to like have you forget any important bits that I want to talk about. Okay. 5-take Freddy. I'm not a 5-take Freddy. Growth is very hard. It really is hard. So I have a couple of general rules that I think are really good for marketing that you should probably know. Number 1, you need to ask yourself these questions. These are really good questions to kind of get yourself started. How are you going to market yourself? What is your targeted demographic? And when will you spend time for yourself to do this? You have to make notes to remember what notes you have. Yes. Actually, yes. I have sticky notes to remind myself to look at other sticky notes. Don't judge. So, let's talk about the first point before I get into the other two, because that is I literally gave you so many big brain words that you're probably just thinking, I don't even think you're thinking right now. So why don't we break down each part of the first rule. How are you going to market yourself? Are you going to join different Facebook groups and start posting? Are you gonna go on Reddit and do a little self-introduction post? Are you gonna be making TikToks? Are you gonna start a YouTube channel? Are you making art? How or what do you want to have? How do you want to display your content and to showcase yourself? And there are so many different ways to do that, and there is no wrong way. Once you decide how you want to market yourself, you need to then think, okay, what is your targeted demographic? And you're probably thinking, what the heck is a demographic? Oh my god. I'm making you learn big words today. So there's this graph that I had seen online a while back where it's a circle graph and it says demographics versus psychographics. Why don't I show you what that looks like? So, your demographic is kind of like the type of audience, who that person is. Are they female? Are they male? Are they non-binary? You know, what are they? Are they single? Are they married? Where do they live? How old are they? Do they have a job? Are they in school? What's their profession? You know, things like that. It's important to understand your targeted demographic because that's going to affect what kind of content you make. So for example, if your targeted demographic is high schoolers or college students, then maybe you should start making content on TikTok, because TikTok is the #1 growing platform for people in that demographic. Do you know how many high schoolers use TikTok? A lot of them. A lot of them. How do I know that? I check my analytics. You can look at your analytics on TikTok and see how old people are. They're all in high school or in college, for my content at least. What if you're going to be posting on Twitter? Twitter is usually used by people who are in college or who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. It's a much older audience on Twitter. You need to think about what kind of content does an older audience enjoy and post that on Twitter. So you really need to think about your targeted demographic. Does that make sense? And I didn't really want to go into the whole psychographics because, like I said, I don't want to go too in depth on marketing for this video. So yeah, we're not going to really focus on that right now. If you want me to make a marketing video on content creation and for VTubing, let me know. And I'll talk more about that. Now, the last question. When will you spend time for yourself to do this? And that's probably really confusing, right? You're like, what do you mean, when will I spend time? I'll do it right now. Well, okay. Say like you're gonna start right now. After you're done watching this video, you're gonna start right now. How much time after you're done watching this video are you going to spend on marketing? How much of it are you going to spend planning and then actually posting and making content? There are only so many hours in the day, and you need to spend your time wisely. because time is the most valuable currency that you will ever spend in your entire life. So spend it well. Meanwhile, you just see me spending so many hours just watching random VTuber clips going down the VTuber rabbit hole. Anyways. I have a really good quote that I wanted to bring up when it comes about time, because a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Mari, I don't have a lot of time. I'm in school, or I have a job, I have a family. I don't have a lot of time to spend on marketing. And that's okay. Even if you can only spend 30 minutes every day, that is 30 minutes more that you're using on being productive and marketing yourself compared to not doing it at all. People are willing to invest in you as long as you are showing that you're willing to invest in yourself. And that's not always a monetary thing. It could be time, and it could be building relationships. If you can only spend 30 minutes every day to market yourself and invest in yourself, such as going on Twitter, making some updated posts, sending a couple of messages to people on Discord, replying to emails, designing graphics to post, scripting a YouTube video, filming a TikTok that takes a couple of seconds, people will be willing to invest in you by watching, responding, liking, following, commenting, all of that. Maybe even donating, you know, if you ever want to sponsor me. Or, you know, if you ever want to subscribe to my channel and you're not subscribed, you could hit that little button down below the video, you know, turn it from red to gray. That would really help me out a lot. You know, actually, I learned a lot about marketing and content creation from Mr. Beast. I'm sure a lot of you know who he is, right? I hope to God you know who Mr. Beast is. I really hope so. Why do I bring him up? Because Mr. Beast watches a lot of videos on why something is done a certain way or why people like things a certain way. I remember he even said himself that he's always trying to learn something new or to answer a question that he has. If you don't know this about Mr. Beast, he used to do this dictionary method where he would select a few words randomly in a dictionary and then try to base a video off of those words. That's how he got inspired to do a butt ton of his video ideas. Like in the video, I remember watching him showing off all of his video ideas. He was scrolling through his phone. He literally writes them on his phone in like some kind of sticky note tab. And he has literal thousands of them. Some of them end up being scrapped because he thinks it's not going to be a good video anymore. So even though we'll see a lot of content from him and a lot of marketing and charity campaigns, there are hundreds of other videos that he has made or thought of that he either scrapped or decided not to post because he didn't think it would make a quality video. So how does that tie into marketing yourself? Well, he only has so many hours in the day, right, to be Mr. Beast and then to be himself. And he spends a majority of that time learning how to make your content better, learning how to market yourself better, understanding why things work and other things don't. So even if you only have 30 minutes every day, you could spend time either making something or learning something. And that's okay. You don't have to do both at once. You could spend as much or as little time as you want on it, but make sure you are spending some time to do it. Oh my gosh, sorry. I was looking at my notes and I just noticed the super chat. Arigasamaya, thank you so much for the super chat. And Mr. Game Changer, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I was looking at my notes and I just noticed. Thank you so much for that. Welcome in, by the way. Welcome in. Let me see. Okay, let's go to our next point. Okay, so number 2. You're probably like, what the heck is this? What is a SWAT and what is a SMART? Well, they're little anagrams. Let's start with the first one. SWAT. Now, I don't expect a lot of you to know these terms because these are like actual business and marketing terms that you would learn in business school or if you work for some kind of marketing company. So it's okay if you don't understand this stuff. I'll have like a little graphic image up in a second, okay? So why don't I show you what the first one is? And I know this is a lot to read, don't worry. I'm just showing it to you so you have some kind of context of what this is. It is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. That is SWOT. So, you have your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Strengths. What is it about you that makes you unique? Why do people like watching you? Why should they watch you? What do you have to offer that other people don't? Or if other people do have that, what do you have that makes you better? Those are your strengths. Write that down. Write down what your strengths are. I kid you not. When we're going over SWOT, you better start writing these down. Because if you can't even take the time to write down all this stuff, then why are you here? So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are some things that you know you can improve on? What do you know that other people do better than you? What are your limitations? Opportunities. This one's a little hard to answer, especially for content creators, because opportunities can be in so many different categories. Think of it kind of like maybe you want to join a group or a company. Maybe you don't want to be an indie vTuber. Maybe you want to have some sponsorships. That's kind of where the opportunity comes into play. Then you have threats. Who are your competitors? Who is doing the exact same thing that you want to do or are currently doing? What trends might be going on that could affect what you're doing right now? You have to kind of keep that stuff in mind and be more aware of what's going on around the world because those are your threats. And as they say, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. No, I said that wrong. And like they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I said it right. Haha. Hehe. Oh, let me see. Okay, so the next one, smart. What is smart? What is smart? But wait, what's an enemy? Okay, let me rephrase it for you. Let me rephrase it for you. It's okay, I'm baby brain too sometimes. All right, let me rephrase it for you. Keep your trends close and your competitors closer. I can say it again. Keep your trends close and your competitors closer. Competitors could be like other VTubers, other streamers, other content creators. Keep them really close to you while also observing trends. So, what is SMART? SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-based. I'll show you a little graph right here. It's this thing right here. SMART. SMART. The S in SMART stands for stupid, right? No, the S in SMART stands for subscribe to my channel for more VTubing related content. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. Okay, so how can you apply to SMART to VTubing? It's just your typical, again, it's your typical business 101, but there's no, it's something you should still learn because as a content creator, if you want to make this as a business or as a job or a career, or if you're like me as a life partnered project, then you should learn this. I'm not gonna go too far into this because again, I could always make a marketing video later to explain more in depth about this, but it goes back to what I said in my earlier point about the small obtainable goals and how much time you're willing to spend on all of this. It goes into all of that. So yeah. Okay. Now the last point, work smarter, not harder to avoid burnout. I see so many VTubers who debut and they blow up. They get so big and the growth is just too much for them to handle. So they just keep working and working and working. And the sad part is, a lot of them don't know what they're doing. And it shows because they get burned out and a lot of them have graduated. In fact, at the end of the year in 2021, I had literally seen so many VTubers graduate in October, November, December. Like even in the beginning of this year in 2022, I have been seeing VTubers saying they're going to be graduating in a couple of months because it's too much pressure. They're burnt out. They don't know what to do anymore. They don't know what kind of content to make or how to go on. And that's why I say you should work smarter, not harder. You don't need to grind hours and hours and hours to be successful. Again, if you only have 30 minutes every day to do something like learning something new or planning, marketing yourself, making content, that's okay. You want to pace yourself. That's why it's important to learn. You should learn something new and to figure out a way to incorporate that into your life, regardless if it's on stream or off stream. Remember what I said earlier about Mr. Beast? There are a lot of people who stop learning outside of high school. Did you know that? I'll repeat myself in case if you weren't listening. There are a lot of people who stop learning outside of high school. Some of you might be in high school. I can guarantee that the majority of you who are in high school are going to stop learning once you graduate. I can guarantee that. So, if you want to be above the rest and not get burnt out, then you need to take the time to learn about the rest of the world, and you will literally be doing better than 90% of the population. This isn't just, reading a book or learning a language. You don't have to go all out like that. You don't have to be like Mr. Beast and take a dictionary and start going through the words to try to see what kind of content you can make out of that. You don't need to do that. You can do it in a smaller scale. Say like that 30 minutes every day that you have, you want to learn how to do something specific in video editing. Maybe you want to learn how to do jump cuts better. Or learn how to beat a certain part in a video game and then speedrun it. Or maybe learn how to storytell better. And become more comfortable talking to people online. Because you will only grow as big as the bubble you put yourself in. Putting yourself in uncomfortable situations will help you expand that bubble. Like I said, there are a lot of people who stop learning outside of high school. A lot of people who are complacent, who don't want to grow, but they say they want to grow, but they don't want to put in the effort for that because it's uncomfortable, because it's change, because it's scary. Well, let me tell you this. There are two types of people in this world. People who are afraid of change and people who are excited about change. What type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be afraid or do you want to be excited? Sometimes you can be both. But as long as you try your best, then you will be so... But as long as you try your best, then you will be so much more unique than about 90% of other people on this platform or any other social media platform. Thank you so much, Aru, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Your super chat made me lose my train of thoughts. I had to repeat myself, but thank you. The thing about learning is that it doesn't even have to be formality. Just have a curiosity to fulfill and learning will then come naturally. It's true! Like I said, what Mr. Beast does. Mr. Beast always has a question about everything. And he always wants to answer that question, so he's always trying to learn, and then he takes that knowledge and implements it into his content. I'm the same way. In fact, I get in trouble from how curious I am all the time. Like, people get so annoyed at me because I ask so many questions, but I do that because I want to learn. I always am questioning things around me all the time, and I will literally search hours and hours to learn. And now, when I have all this knowledge, I implement it into my content because there are people who are just as hungry for knowledge as me, but then they sit on this bed of knowledge, never doing anything with it. They just accumulate and still never do anything with it. Do you know how many people in this world will brag about how smart they are, and yet they're like a taxi driver? Now, that's no shade to people who are taxi drivers, but if you're so smart and you're learning so many things, why are you limiting yourself to be a taxi driver? Why not do something that requires more of your skill or your knowledge? That doesn't mean that if you're a taxi driver, you're dumb. That doesn't mean that. But it feels like people would rather brag about their knowledge than implement that knowledge. You weren't expecting all this talk today, were you? I know time flies, huh? When you're learning. And again, I'll make an edited version of this too. So don't worry if you're just tuning in now. Welcome, by the way, if you're just tuning in. True geniuses don't need to brag about how smart they are. They just do what shows off their intelligence in a way, if you think about it. They just take that knowledge and implement it into their lives. That's true intelligence. If you're willing to learn and always learn, then you're going to become smarter, because the more you learn, the smarter you will be since the other day. Okay. So, next point. So, we good on marketing? I'll do a little Q&A after we're done with the presentation. I only have a couple more slides left. I didn't make this a very long presentation. There's not that many slides left. So after that, I'll answer like a whole little Q&A, and you can ask about the slides. You can also ask about other VTuber stuff too, or content creation. So, okay. You have created your social media profiles. You decided what kind of VTuber you're going to be, what kind of brand you want to be, what kind of content creator you want to be. And you set a date for yourself. You understand a general basis of marketing. You want to make TikToks, you want to post on Twitter, you want to advertise yourself on Reddit. And if you have completed all of that, you are now officially in the pre-debut stage. Yay! Yes, you're now a pre-debut VTuber, which is a VTuber that has not debuted. So what do you do now that you're a pre-debut VTuber? Well, you made those social media profiles. Now you need to optimize them. What do I mean by optimize? Okay, for example, I'm going to my Twitter right now. Okay, so what do I mean by optimize? Well, let's take a look at my Twitter, for example. Let's make fun of Mari's Twitter. I'm just kidding. First of all, I filled out my bio with really important information. I specified what type of VTuber I am, if I can speak another language, what my art tags are, who made my model, any relevant information. I also have a link to my website that you can check out for more information about me. And if you notice, I have a pinned tweet. So I got my profile picture, my banner, I got my name, I got the whole works. That's kind of how you flesh out your Twitter page, at least. So if you're a pre-debut VTuber, put that in your name. Not your Twitter handle, by the way, but like the first name that you saw. So you see, like on top where it says Mari Yume, not the Mari VTuber, the Mari Yume. If I was a pre-debut VTuber, I would put pre-debut Or I would say when my debut is going to be. Say like I want to debut in February 2nd. I would say Mari debut at Feb 2nd. To let people know, because when I comment on other people's stuff on Twitter, they're gonna know that I haven't debuted yet and that I'm planning on debuting. That's another great way to market and to let other people know that you are a pre-debut VTuber. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, Lore! Iwanami, for the super chat. Technical fact, names can be 50 letters on Twitter. I did not know that. That's really good to know. That is so true. The only thing is that when you're commenting on people's stuff on Twitter, they will only see a certain amount of letters at the beginning and the rest of it will cut off. So if you're trying to have like a really long name and use up all those 50 letters, put debut at and then whatever date it is first. So that way they can see that part first. And then if they're interested enough to look at you, they'll click on your profile and see the rest of your name. Now, what about Reddit? That's something that a lot of VTubers use to promote themselves when they're pre-debuted. So, posting on Reddit is super useful for your pre-debut, as long as you do it correctly. I don't know if you know this, but there is a virtual YouTuber subreddit. So, go on that subreddit and then take notes on what post other people are making. And make your own post. That goes into my next point, which is to plan and schedule your posts on specific dates. Because you need to start scheduling and having that timeline. Again, it holds yourself accountable by doing that. And while you're trying to plan all your stuff, you want to, actually comment on other people's pre-debut posts or other posts that other VTubers have posted. That was a lot of words of saying posted. So, using social media are some great ways to really self-promote yourself. So say like, you don't want to use Twitter or Reddit, say like you use TikTok, then you can make a bunch of little videos to hype up your debut. And there's no shame in hyping up your debut and being excited for it. It's your big day, okay? No one ever goes to a bride who's about to get married and be like, you're talking way too much about your wedding and I think it's really clout chasing of you and you just want attention. Of fucking course she wants attention. Are you kidding me? It's her big day. It's the bride's big day. Yeah, of course the bride is going to be excited and hype it up and want to talk about it. So if you're not going to go shame a bride on her preparation for the wedding, then don't shame a VTuber for hyping up their debut. Don't feel bad about wanting to talk about your debut. So, yes, hype it up. Make posts about it. Plan and schedule it. Get excited. It's your big day. Your debut is your big day, and no one is going to ruin that for you or take that away from you. That is your day. That is your time to shine. Excuse my language, by the way. YouTube, please don't demonetize me. Okay, let me take a sip of my tea. Now, while you're trying to post stuff, this is a really good tip for you. Observe and implement what other pre-debut and post-debut VTubers do. I didn't do any of this when I first started, by the way. Like, I literally did none of this. I started VTubing, like I said, I made a V-word model and then I just went live. I wrote in my title, I was like, I'm debuting, and then I played Outlast. I didn't have a super fancy debut where I did like an introduction or a PowerPoint. No, I literally took a model, a V-word model that I made, And I just started playing out last with the debut in my title. That was it. That was my debut officially, originally. I didn't do any of that. Everything that I'm saying here, I didn't do the first time around. But then the second and the third time around, I have been implementing these things and I've learned. I've made mistakes and I've learned from them. You know? Spooky, thank you so much for the super chat. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Welcome. How do you choose between YouTube and Twitch? That's a really good question to go back to when I was talking about demographic, because there is a different amount of audience for the demographic between Twitch and YouTube, and that kind of reflects to my earlier points on what kind of content you want to make. So, my best way to answer that is it doesn't matter what platform you choose to stream on at the end of the day. What matters is what kind of content you're going to make and how you're going to market that content. Maybe I should make a whole video on, like, you know, choosing between YouTube and Twitch and like talking about that more. So Spooky, maybe stick around, you know, subscribe, and maybe I can go more in depth on its own video for that, because that is like a really long topic that I won't have time to go over today. Now, going back to my point on observing and implementing what other pre-debut and post-debut VTubers. Now, why would I say that? Why would I say to also look at post-debut VTubers? Because that is going to help you plan and schedule what kind of content you want to make when you're done debuting. Again, you want to work smarter, not harder. So, going back to Twitter or Reddit, it doesn't really matter what platform you're using. Let's use Reddit, for example. Say like you go on a virtual YouTuber subreddit and you're seeing all of what the other pre-debut VTubers are doing, and you're seeing them getting a lot of upvotes, and you're like, why are they getting so much upvotes? What about this post is making them so likable? What do I like about this post? What do I not like about it? Take that information and then use it in your own introduction post. And then interact with those posts. But I'll get more into that aspect in a second with like networking. Just one moment. But just observe what they're doing. What kind of font are they using? What kind of video are they using? If they're even using video, or is it just a PNG? Is it a GIF? Are they speaking? What are they doing on these social media platforms that is really popular? Take notes of it and see what you can use to implement that into your own content. Don't feel bad, Demi. I rushed a lot of my debut in the beginning too, and I wish I had taken more time on it. But again, there is no right or wrong way to debut, because there are no rules of debuting. You don't have to follow them. And again, these are just tips to kind of help you if you're thinking of debuting, if you're currently pre-debuting, if you've already debuted and you're thinking of re-debuting. These are just some tips that I've learned over the year. Alright, next slide. Networking! I'm sure you're all looking forward to this word. I hate the word networking. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it! There are so many stream coaches and these videos that you can find on YouTube that talk about networking and niching, and it's all just a bunch of bullshit. It's just all a bunch of crap that they're just trying to feed you because they don't want their own crap, so they want to give it to you instead. I hate that word so much. But I would like to change the meaning of the word and not make it sound so scammy. Because when you think about networking, it is actually very useful if it is done correctly and not abrasively. I don't know if that's a word. So these are my rules of networking. 1. Follow people you are genuinely interested in. Don't follow for follow. Don't follow someone just because they're popular. Don't follow someone because they followed you and you feel obligated to follow them back, otherwise they're gonna get mad at you. Let them get mad. Follow people whose content you really like and you actually enjoy or you want to learn from. Join relevant circles. You know, different groups. Maybe join some Discords that are for VTubers. You could join my Discord. I have the link in my description down below if you'd like to join. And lastly, interact in different communities with good intentions. If you're going to be a part of the VTubing community, actually, it doesn't... If you're going to be a part of the VTubing community or any community, you need to have good intentions with networking. This is where that whole scam word for networking comes in, because there are people who just want to do these plugs and just do link dumps. And they're like, hi, I'm live. And they just spam link dump in a bunch of different communities and a bunch of different Discords and a bunch of Reddits and on Twitter. And then they get mad when they have one viewer. I'm sorry, but if you wouldn't click on someone's random I'm live link, why would you expect other people to? Why would you expect anyone else to watch you if you wouldn't click on those? You need to have good intentions when you are networking. Because people can call that BS right away. They know when you're faking and you don't have genuine intentions. So say like you're on those self-posting promotional pages on Reddit and you're seeing it getting a lot of upvotes. Are they just saying, hi, I'm gonna go live, this is me, here's my stuff, follow me? No, the ones that are actually getting a lot of upvotes are giving value in some kind of way. And if you're going to interact with other people, you also need to give value back. Otherwise, no one's going to notice you. No one is going to care that you comment or tweet at someone saying something like, oh, you're pretty. Oh, nice model. Oh, cool, I'm debuting too. And most certainly don't comment saying, oh yeah, you should follow me back because I'm debuting too. Don't do any of that. It's not relatable. It's low-key kind of spamming. And it's not providing any value to the people who are going to be viewing your comments, who are going to be viewing your post, the person who made the original post looking at it. You need to provide value and take time to do that. Quality is always going to be better than quantity. Okay, let me see. What's my next point here? I'm just checking my stuff right here. I want to make sure I get all my points in here. Okay, so yeah. I think that's good for the first point. So let's go back to our next point here. Number 2. You do not have to be on every social media platform to be successful. I know a lot of you don't like Twitter. I know a lot of you don't like TikTok. And sure, you don't have to be on those platforms to be successful. Are you going to be missing out on potentially advertising or networking or marketing yourself to a whole other group of audience in a different demographic? Yes. But does that mean you're not going to be successful? No. You can still be successful. The only thing is that if you put your eggs into one basket, it can kind of bite you in the end. So be careful with that. Now, again, you don't need to go on every single social media platform because you don't want to spread yourself too thin either. You want to have a good amount of eggs in a couple of different baskets. So that way, if one social media platform crashes, you at least have some other platforms where you have your brand on. And then my last point, build a community, not a following. What do I mean by that? First of all, I'd like to just say that this is not a cult, okay? You're here on your own free will. I am not holding you accountable in any way. I don't have a chain wrapped around your leg right now. Not making you leave. You're here on your own free will. Okay. What do I mean by build a community? Well, you know how I said earlier to join different circles or interact in different communities? Okay, so you want to start networking and talking to other people. How are you going to build a community? Again, you don't want to just be very basic with your responses to people. You don't want to just be like, wow, you have a really cool design. Or nice or something. Because people are not really going to care that you said that. They know that they look really good. It's nice to still compliment people though. Like you can still say, wow, your design is really cool. I haven't met another VTuber that has a whole dream aesthetic. I really like how your color scheme matches your entire brand. It's so pretty. That is a lot better than just saying, wow, you have a really cool design. Or wow, you're really pretty. People will remember you so much better if you provide some kind of feeling or emotion behind your words and be genuine about it. Don't just go join someone's Discord and be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm a VTuber too. I love your content. And then never say anything again except spamming your going live link in the self-promotion channel. That is why a lot of VTubers and other content creators are removing their self-promotion channels. Because of people who just wanna link dump and don't actually talk in the Discord. Do you know how lonely that is? Senpai Arts! Thank you so much for joining the Boba Club! Thank you so much! I appreciate that! Thank you! Welcome to the Boba Club. Do you know how lonely that is? Like, I imagine the people who want to just link dump must be so freaking bored out of their minds and so lonely. Because you're not talking to anybody. Like, you have no community. Sure, you might get a following, but it's just a soulless number at that point. Why is it that there are so many VTubers or streamers who have high number of following and then will constantly complain on Twitter about how lonely they are and how they want to make friends? Because a number is not friendship. You want to have a community. You want to actually feel like you belong somewhere. Not how high you can grow your following. That's why there are some communities who, sure, they don't have a big following, but their whole community is so supportive and they're able to be a content creator full time. And yeah, they're not hitting high follow numbers or high view marks, yet they're paying all their bills, yet they have people to talk to, yet they collaborate with other people, they play games, they're still making amazing content, and they're fine with that. A number doesn't mean interaction. And it's hard to build a community because you're building a friendship with someone, you're building a relationship. So when you're talking in someone else's Discord, get to know the other people there. And don't have the intention, okay, I swear, do not have the intention to get to know people in someone else's community and then try to poach them and be like, hey, by the way, since we've been friends and talking for a while, I really think you should come to like my debut or watch my streams. Don't do that because you will get outed and people will probably make a twit longer about you and cancel your ass, okay? Don't do that. You need to be a part of a community and network and interact with people with good intentions because you genuinely want to make relationships and friendships, not because you want to grow your following, okay? So, that's my TED talk on networking. Now do you understand why I hate the word networking? Because yes, I was like you. I have been a streamer for 4 years. This is going to be my 5th year. My birthday is in March. And did you know last year was the first time I actually had a good birthday? Because I had friends to spend my birthday with, and it was on stream. I streamed cutting my cake. I had papega on my cake. I had a papega cake. If you were there for that Twitch stream and you watched me cringe cut that cake, you know what I'm talking about. I had friends who got me gifts and I opened them on stream and we had laughs, we had drinks. It was fun. I've streamed on my birthday numerous other times and I was lonely. I was very lonely. I didn't have anyone because I was following all the crappy networking and marketing tips from the stream coaches or other YouTube videos on how to grow as a streamer. I followed all of them and they never worked. Because I was trying to build a following, not a community. And last year, I stopped doing that. I actually spent time to make friends because I was lonely. I was very lonely. And now, I don't feel as lonely. I have people I can talk to now. And it feels really good, you know? Let's see. What else do I say? But yeah, that's why I don't like the word networking. Moving on. My last and final tip, okay? You have started. You were pre-debuting. You have marketed. You have made some friends who are freaking excited for your debut now. You have scheduled a whole bunch of content. You're like all ready to go. You got the buckles and whistles at this point, okay? Now it's time to debut, okay? It's time to finally go live. Go live. But before you hit that live button, you need to plan how you want your debut to go. Remember, I started as a VTuber by hitting the live button and then putting debut VTuber and then playing Outlast. I had no planning at all. Oh, it was a mess. Oh, God. However, you can have as much or as little planned for your debut, but I personally think that the more you plan, the more comfortable you will be on stream and the less stressed out you will be. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to have everything all fleshed out to have a successful debut. You really don't need that. I just think for your own peace of mind, you should plan it out a little bit more. So you need to ask yourself, how much time or money are you willing to spend on this? Are you going to commission a bunch of artists for fan art? Or someone to do overlays or panels? Are you gonna have a lore to flesh out when you first go live? Are you gonna have a BGM? Are you gonna have a bunch of assets made? You gotta think about what it is that you want to show for your big day. It's your big day. And because it's your big day, you get to run it however the hell you want to run it, okay? You don't need to have all of that to have a good debut. I most certainly didn't. If you watch my debut video that I highlighted, I also posted the full VOD of that on my channel. I didn't have all of that. Even with my current form, I didn't have all of that. And was I upset over it? No. I still had a pretty successful debut. You know, it's actually kind of funny because during my debut, I accidentally had checkmarked the they can't talk unless they followed me for an hour. And I had like over 200 people watching my debut, and like 70% of them couldn't talk until halfway during my debut because I had accidentally checked that on. Which leads me into my next point. Test your stream. For the love of vTubers, test your stream before you debut. Make sure that you don't accidentally check that, like what I did. Bless the people who stayed to continue to watch my debut so they could finally talk to me. Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts. I couldn't believe I did that. Laura and Wanami, thank you so much again for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Would it be a good idea to do a few mock streams in general to a very limited audience? Example, your close friends, to get more comfy with streaming? Yes! Yes, that ties me in to my last 2 points, which is testing out your stream and then practice speaking to the camera. Yes! If you want to do like a little soft stream, you know, a little test, you can do that. I'm pretty sure, at least for Twitch, you can do these practice streams where you can test your podcast to make sure your audio is working, to make sure your video is working, your internet connection is working, everything is like looking good and it's not crashing on you. And you could like literally make a burner account and just kind of test the stream and have your friends or family like watch and give you some pointers on how the stream is sounding and looking. Also, if you're gonna be testing your stream and you're gonna have your friends and family kind of like watch your stuff, make sure they're not sugarcoating anything. Like, don't let them stroke your ego. Make sure you have friends who are very critical and who will tell you, hey, you didn't unmute your microphone, or hey, your audio is playing twice for some reason. There's like an echo. Make sure they're actually giving you constructive criticism. That's why I love my mods, because they will roast the crap out of me. I should have my own video of the Mari Yume roast. I should have my own roasting video and just have my mods just come on and like my friends just roast me. Because I surround myself with people who will tell me, Mari, your microphone is muted. Mari, you look like shit today. I'm just kidding. No one says that. Because I always look like shit. Anyways, I have friends who will tell me when I'm doing something wrong or if it doesn't look good. Also, hi Kiwi! Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, and I know your friends and family, they love you, but tell them, be like, please, I need you to be critical with me. I want this to be good, so please be honest. So, yeah. Just a little tidbit on that. And the reason why it's good to practice speaking to the camera is because you don't want to have a debut where you are all ready, you're excited, you go live, and then you get camera shy. You choke. You don't know what to say. Like, you don't know what to talk about. You know, you freeze up. And you get scared because you're like, oh my gosh, all these people are watching me. I'm not saying anything. If you had watched my stream last night when I was playing Hitman, it's a prime example of that, when I was choking up on camera. I have been streaming for 4 years now, at 5 years at this point, and I still choke on camera. I still choke. Now, part of that is because I do have ADHD, and sometimes I have days where I can't think, head empty, but I still have issues talking on camera, and practice makes perfect. Something that helps me a lot, personally, is when I want to talk about something, I just don't look at chat, because if I look at chat, I might get distracted and then lose my entire train of thought. So that's why I don't look at chat sometimes. And my chat doesn't go crazy. Like, my chat doesn't, you know, it's not super spammy or active, but I still don't look at it when I'm
on a rant. And ask any of my mods or regulars or friends who have been in this stream, they will tell you, yeah, when Mari goes on a rant, you can't stop her until she's done. So hold your question until she's done and then is looking at chat. Because when I do look at chat, I get distracted. So yeah. Mari, you keep playing games. You're addicted to it off stream when you... Hey, listen. We're not going to talk about my super auto pets pastime, okay? It's a hobby. It's not an addiction. I can stop anytime I want. I'm not playing it right now, right? But yeah, it's really good to practice and get comfortable speaking because it is hard. We're all awkward. We're all very awkward. So yeah, just practice before you officially go live so that way you can feel a little bit more comfortable. It goes back to, I don't want you to stress about your debut. It is your special day. It is literally your special day. You should not be stressed on your special day. So yeah, if this stuff can help you, then go for it. You can finally debut. Now, if you haven't learned anything at this point, and you're just a smooth baby brain little baby man, then let me leave you with this final quote. The secret to success is failing, then learning from your failures, then learning from other people's failures, then getting back up and trying again. I didn't have the perfect debut, even up until now. Even up until now, with my second year into VTubing, I have made a lot of failures and a lot of mistakes. But you know what keeps me above everybody else? No matter how many times I fall, I get back up. That's what makes me different than everybody else. And that is why I went from 0 subscribers to over 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. Almost 4,000 followers on Twitter. Over 40,000 followers on TikTok. And I can now apply to Discord sponsorship or partnership. I can now apply to Discord partnership. Because no matter, I have been doing this for 5 years. Do you think I was at this point 4 years ago? Heck no! No, I was streaming to like 5 viewers for 2 years. Literally 2 years. But you know what? Every single mistake I made and every time I fell, I got right back up. I didn't give up. And believe me, I was so close of giving up. Like, ask Aerith how many times I would sit and cry and be upset that I wasn't growing, that I wasn't going anywhere, I wasn't trying, no matter how hard I try. Yet, I never gave up. I kept going because I knew I can make good content. I just wasn't making it at the time. I had to learn to make good content. I had to learn and then implement that knowledge to be a better creator. And because of that, I was able to grow. Because it's not about how much content you put out, it's about the quality of that content and providing value to everyone who watches it and consumes it. So, in order to become successful, you need to fail. And you're gonna keep failing too. Even after you've made these little tiny milestones, you're still gonna keep failing. But just get back up. Because at the end of the day, content creation is not a race to get to the finish line. It's about the journey. And I honestly view it as a marathon with different milestones. It's a constant marathon that you're always running and trying to achieve. So if you didn't learn anything from the PowerPoint up until now, at least understand that it is a It is not about the end of the journey. No, I didn't say that right. It's not about the final destination. It's about experiencing the journey. So yeah, that is like my final piece of advice for that. And after that, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching up for this little PowerPoint in this presentation. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn that button from red to gray. I'd really appreciate a lot. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to this. If you enjoyed my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more VTubing related videos and as well as more Yume content. So yeah. Now I will take questions. Now I will actually, answer any VTubing related questions that you might have or anything that you've been curious about that I already went over in the presentation or like I didn't get a chance to answer, everything like that, basically. Yeah, I'm really glad that you liked it. Don't worry, I'm gonna upload an edited version of this too, because I know this was a really long stream. So yeah. Oh my gosh, hi cats, thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Listen, anyone who ever tries to bring you down, it's because they're jealous. Again, the link dumpers, the negative comments, the haters, they're just jealous because you're doing so much better than them. Again, the majority of the population stopped learning after high school. Like, I bet you this corn person is so lonely with themselves because no one wants to talk to them or watch their shitty stream that they have to come in here and try to like make me feel bad when I don't feel bad at all. I'm pretty darn proud of myself. So, I'm pretty happy where I am. At least I don't have to waste my time in the day trying to make someone else feel bad, because that's just wasted energy that you could be using improving your own content, Yeah. So, yeah. Even if you're not planning on becoming a VTuber, these are tips that you can implement in your daily life. Remember, people are willing to invest in you if you invest in yourself. So even if you're not going to become a VTuber, just take some of these tips to do whatever it is that you want. If you're going to become a lawyer, how can you implement this stuff in your business? By learning new things and trying to implement that in the cases you're going to be dealing with. Many famous streamers say that as a male VTuber, you have it harder than a female VTuber. What's my opinion on that? I don't think that's true at all, because if you take away the VTuber, then you're basically saying that males have it harder than females, which, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Twitch leaked their highest growing earner streamers, and the majority of them are male. So I think statistically that's not true at all, It pretty much goes both ways. At the end of the day, you have to make good content, You're in the process of drawing. You're a VTuber. How do you draw? Practice, really. You can Google a lot of art tutorials if you're confused on how to shade. Basically, you're trying to learn the techniques that artists used to achieve a certain style or like aesthetic and stuff. That just comes with practice, because my art has improved a lot since last year, and that's just because I keep practicing and observing what other artists do, and I try to use that technique somehow. Have you watched new VTubers at this time? Yeah, all the time. I actually started watching the new, all the male VTubers that debuted. What is it? Well, let's see. was it Nijisanji? I can't remember. But yeah, they had all debuted and I was watching them all because I was curious what I could learn. So yeah. You feel like maybe it's because people enjoy watching anime girls more than anime boys? Maybe, I don't know, because I don't know everything about the anime scene. You gotta remember that VTubing is also a stem of anime culture. So some of the most popular characters are a lot of the females, sure. Maybe that has to do with just what people like to watch on a screen. It goes back to like, why do people choose female characters in MMOs, regardless if they're male or female? Because if you're gonna stare at a butt jiggling and moving all day, it might as well be a girl's. And that's not my own quote, that's what I've asked other people, because I was curious about that too. But you know what? I feel like this year we're gonna be seeing a lot of male VTubers becoming very successful. I think this year, a lot of them are putting so much more effort into their content and their design and their charm points. Like, this is something that people don't ever want to bring up. They're like, you have to be female to be cute and pretty. No, it's not about that. You can be a male VTuber and be very successful. What's important is your charm points. That is a specific anime and manga term, and some of you casuals in here don't watch anything except Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, so you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. And that's okay. It's okay to be ignorant. But, I mean, it's not okay to try to, tell me I'm wrong because you refuse to go do research. You need to have good charm points. Charm points is essentially that one thing that makes people attracted to you. And that could be your voice, that could be your character design, that could be your personality, that could be the type of content you're displaying. It's something about you that makes you likable. Anytime someone's like, rude or negative to me, I don't remember them. Like, once I end the stream, I'm gonna forget about you because you don't have any charm points. You don't have anything respectable or likable about you. And that probably reflects in your everyday life too. That's why no one likes you. But if you have people who do like you and who do talk to you, it's because you have a charm point. Even in real life, you have a charm point. Something about you is likable. That's your charm point, and that is what you use in your content. So you can be male or female. You need to have a charm point though and showcase that charm point. I don't really know what my charm point is personally because I don't know what it is about me that makes people like me, but I have something, clearly. I have a charm point. If I have to guess, it's probably because I want to say it's my energy. The energy that I display on stream, which is very interesting because some days I don't have energy, but people still don't mind that. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm super hyper and excited or if I'm really chill. I think it's my energy, which I then use my voice or my personality to complement that. I think my energy is what I really have for a charm point. And, different days when I get excited and I use my exciting voice, or, days when I want to be more soothing and relaxing. That's how I kind of emphasize my charm point. So what is your charm point? That's what I would like to know. What is your charm point? And a lot of the new male VTubers that I've seen, they all have a charm point. I've watched all their debuts and I've watched the highlights and their other stuff. They all have a charm point about them. You gotta really pay attention to and observe the world around you, and you'll notice the charm points. I'm really glad that I could help. I'm glad. Any communities that you recommend for a new VTuber to join? Yeah, okay. Say like you're a VTuber who wants to play League of Legends all the time. Maybe look around to see what kind of League of Legends communities you can be involved in, because at the end of the day, being a VTuber is no different than any other content creator. What's different is the medium that you're choosing to represent yourself. So, say like you want to be a VTuber that does a lot of art. Join art communities. There are so many art communities out there. Join other content creator or other artists' discords and post your art in there, get feedback. You know, ask for constructive criticism on your art, on how you can improve, make some friends in there, learn new techniques. Don't like join VTuber communities just because you are all VTubers and that's the only commonality that you have. Cause that's like going to a random college party at some fraternity or sorority house where the only thing you have in common is the fact that you all like drinking and getting down bad. It's not gonna lead to a very fulfilling relationship and you're gonna regret your next day. I'm sorry for the people who are high schoolers who are like... High schoolers in my chat right now are like... Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't join any VTubing communities. You can. Just keep in mind that you're literally entering a cesspool of small talk and awkward interactions. And if you can work around that and you have the social skills and the confidence to still push yourself out there and talk to people, then go for it. But I think you would have an easier time if you join a community where you have a genuine interest in something, which is art, cooking, Nintendo games, horror games, you know? Things like that. Something that you can actually talk about an interest, not so much of a, hey, I'm a VTuber. Hey, I'm a VTuber too. Never talks again. You know? Oh, okay. Any tips on how to properly interact in new communities? It goes back to what I was saying. I feel more comfortable talking to somebody when I know we have a genuine interest in something. So, for example, let me go to my Twitter and go to my DMs. There is this VTuber. Her name is Shiro Memo. And she's super adorable. She is a paper VTuber whose whole, like, persona is based off of, like, the notebook paper. A memo. Memo-chan. I love her. She made a tweet the other day talking about how she wants to play It Takes Two with someone. And I responded to it saying, hey, I really liked that game. I never got a chance to finish it. If you want someone to spend time with and play that with, I would be happy to play that with you. And she messaged me being like, yo, do you want to play this? And I'm like, yeah, actually, would you want to talk on Discord sometime and, you know, talk about like what other games we like or just get to know each other? So, yeah. I only got to play a little bit of It Takes Two, so, you know, her and I are planning a collab for that. We're trying to work our time zones together because she's in JST and I'm in PST, so we're trying to work that out right now. But yeah, you know? So, yeah. There's just so many different things that you can do. You just have to really work smarter, not harder. Where can you find my Discord channel? Yeah, this is my Discord channel. Another Mari charm point is your pseudos, you know? Listen. It's better than the y'all or something. I don't know. I always say I have a little bit of an accent, and I've spent many years trying to not use my accent because I used to get made fun of so much for having an accent because I don't say car, I say ka, or I say toilet, or I can't say colloquialism. I can't say colloquialism correctly. So I suppress a lot of my accent, and sometimes, you know, I just say things like that. It's like a weird quirk, I guess. But that's my Discord link. It is kind of like Destiny. Yeah, it is kind of like Destiny. That's it. I point ne. Yeah, it's a really good point. It's real. I don't know. Now that, you know, time has passed and people are like, oh, I like your accent. You gotta understand, people didn't like my accent before. They always like bullied me. I'm very bullyable, I guess. I don't know. I think it's because you ever see something that's so cute and you want to just you want to just go up to it and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute." Just want to squeeze you and keep squeezing you until the cuteness stops. Yeah. I think that's why I'm more bullyable. Oh, so this must be the model. I messed up my eyes, right? My yandere eyes aren't working on this one. Right! So I got a new computer, and I lost some of my old Live2D files, and this must have been my old restore one, where my eye rigging isn't perfect. So I did the rig on my model, and I am taking commissions for it, but I was testing out this is like a test one still. It looks like this isn't my finished one. I don't know where that file is. Maybe it's on like a hard drive somewhere, but yeah, I messed up on the eye. And then I corrected it, but it looks like when I switched my new computer over, I put the test file in and not my original one. So yeah, that's why my eye is cursed right now. Scary Maui. Wait, I wonder if my eyelashes do that thing? Probably, yeah. This was the test one. That's okay. But, wow, I have been talking for almost 2.5 hours. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this. Adu! Thank you so much. Adu, Azumaya, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I know some of these networking tips as me, but I haven't been doing these as my VTuber identity since it's a different form. Me, would I be starting from zero doing the same as my VTuber self? So it's kind of like rebranding in a way, right? So if you're gonna be doing a lot of that stuff as a VTuber, it is kind of like starting from scratch, yeah. But you know, there's nothing wrong with starting from scratch, because I have rebranded so many times. I have started from scratch so many times. So many times. Oh, Ignorance! Thank you so much for joining the Boba Club. Welcome to the Boba Club. I appreciate that a lot. Enjoy your emotes. Yatta! Thank you so much. I do actually plan on having a whole special collection of people who join my little Boba Club, where I'm going to be releasing a series of videos that you'll have access to give you a lot more of like behind the scenes and inside scoop on my creation process when it comes to Live2D art, Live2D rigging, like really advanced techniques. I plan on making for everyone to see a basic Live2D tutorial series where I teach you the how-tos of Live2D, everything I've learned. And then for all of my memberships, I'm going to be going into like really advanced techniques of stuff that I've learned to do, as well as like my editing process for videos. I do all the editing on my channel, so I can go into the process showing you how I edit stuff, how I do certain things, like more of like behind the scenes stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, consider becoming a member. People will bully you for literally anything. Like, people want to bully me because I have a baby doll on, because they've never seen... I feel bad for the people who've never, like, looked at women's pajamas or lingerie. Everyone thinks this is a bra, this is a baby doll. And they're like, why are you wearing a swimsuit? And I'm like, what? To be fair, it kind of looks like a swimsuit. I understand! That's why I need a new outfit. So I would really like to have a new outfit for my birthday, but there's a lot of money. So if you'd like to help support me so I can stop looking like I'm wearing a swimsuit and look like I'm actually wearing pajamas, please consider supporting me. So people can stop saying I'm wearing a swimsuit. Because it's not a swimsuit, it's a baby doll. Go like shop at Victoria's Secret or something. I don't know. I don't know. Go look at like lingerie. You'll see them. They're there. And you know what? Who wears fuzzy socks with a swimsuit? Okay, you're gonna tell me you're gonna go to the pool and you're gonna like see this girl just walking up like this and with fuzzy socks? Like, I have balls. I have literal balls, okay? Why would I have balls with a swimsuit? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So yeah. please fund my new clothing. Thank you. Me, I would. I would. Oh, going back to what Aru said though, it's okay to start from scratch because again, everything that you have learned, you can take that knowledge and implement it into your whole rebrand. Yes, you'll have to, build yourself from the ground up, but it's okay. Sometimes that's necessary. And you know what? I will make a video on rebranding and how it can really benefit you, or how it can really put I can't think of the word right now. How it cannot benefit you. I'm sorry. Words are hard. But yeah. Sometimes a refresh is good. That's true. And don't be afraid of change. Again, it can really help you, especially as long as you're willing to put in the amount of work and learn. You're gonna be better. Every time you learn something, you'll become smarter, and every time you practice something, you'll become better. At least more so than you were the other day. Why are you all so fessed up on the balls? Do you like balls or something? Listen, I am the personification of dreams, and it's no wonder why I don't have just 2 balls. I got 6 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4 on my head. And oh no, wait, I don't have 6 balls. I have more balls. I have 8 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 balls. I don't know why you're all obsessed with balls. And that got me another membership. Welcome to the Phoba Club. Mochi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome. Do VTubers play games that match the theme of their model? Sometimes. Like if you have a really gothic punk aesthetic, sometimes you might play horror games or something, but not all the time. Like for me, I play a variety of stuff. Not everything is going to be super comfy and whatnot. I mean, I got band-aids on. Okay, look at me. I have band-aids. You can tell I like to be a little adventurous. I like to be a little adventurous. I like to try other things that interest me. So not always, Oh my goodness! A06, thank you so much for also joining the Boba Club. Yes, we're joining the new club members. I'm excited. I get new members. I wonder what you smell like. I mean, I wonder what kind of shampoo you use. I'm looking to buy some new shampoo. Maybe you could give me some recommendations. That's the only reason. One of us. Yeah, this is definitely my test model. I fixed my neck and I fixed my eyes. So what you're seeing right now, please don't judge me if you're thinking of commissioning me for Live2D rigs. I promise this is the test model. Check my other videos. You'll see that my neck doesn't do it as much. That was just a mistake. There we go. Okay, I took a sip of my drink. I'll answer one more question. And then I think that's it for me today because I have to take a break and go eat some din-dins and then start streaming on my other platform. I'm gonna be playing more Hitman. So yeah. Yeah, you can commission me. This is if you look at my pinned comments, you can commission me for Live2D Art and for rigging. I do both of them. Oh my goodness! Aru, thank you so much for the super chat again! You're the MVP today! Oh my gosh, you're so kind! Mari Yume playing Yume. I want to play that! I want to play that. I really want to play that game. That isn't my on the to-do list. Although today I'm playing Hitman, and then tomorrow I'm playing Minecraft. So yeah, I do want to do that at some point. I do male models, yeah. I didn't get a chance to draw anything today because I was so busy doing the debut thingy, but let's see. I have drawn 2 male VTubers. I'm currently working on a female VTuber, and I'm currently working on a male VTuber as well. So yeah, I draw a lot of males. Hey, males need love too, okay? Alright, males need love too. I do plan on re-rigging my model on stream, so definitely make sure you subscribe for when I do those streams, because I'm gonna be doing some really cool stuff with my model, so you'll see. Would a yukata or yukata, Naoki? I would much rather have. So I used to have this yukata that had fireworks and cats on it. And it was pink. It was really cute. Yeah, I drew Mr. Point, and then I'm also drawing Mr. Game Changer right now. I'm still working on his model. As for the female model, it is Nink, who's in chat. I'm pretty sure Nink's still in here. All of my accessories are just drawn with my character. Moeko drew me. Moeko Peach, she's a wonderful mama. And then I did the rigging. Oh, okay, Bobas. Okay. I need to go eat, because after I'm done eating, I become an assassinator. I become a skilled spy, so to say. I have a contracted job I need to go fulfill. But I'm not streaming it on YouTube, so... What am I doing tomorrow? What are we doing on YouTube tomorrow? That's a good question. This is tomorrow's schedule. Tomorrow, we are doing another presentation on how to be a YouTuber. And this is going to be a lot different than being a VTuber, because the thing is, again, VTubing is just the medium that you're choosing to represent yourself. You can still apply everything that I'm going to teach tomorrow into your VTubing career, or if you're a streamer or you just want to be a YouTuber. We're going to talk about YouTube itself and learn what you can do to stand out on YouTube. If you want that Let's Play channel, if you want to be like a lifestyle channel, we're going to talk about all of that and like how to be more successful on YouTube. So yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow. And yeah, if I have any time, we'll work more on Live2D Art. But yeah, you'll have a good night, everybody, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Tune in later, everyone. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much! I am Apane. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yay! Yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow if you haven't. So I appreciate a lot. Thank you all so much. Alright everyone, you have a good night or a good day, whatever time it is for you. Thank you all so much for the support, by the way. I really appreciate it a lot. Like, thank you. You make my tiny little boba heart happy. Maybe you can melt some of the ice away from my coldness. Bye everybody, thank you so much. And take care. I'll see you tomorrow.